Welcome back to Prep for Calc. What did we learn about yesterday? We're about to finish up. Let's go. Geometry, calculating the surface area of a cylinder. Simple enough. Just need to remember to add yards squared not yard squared, but basically measurement squared because it's a surface area. It's two-dimensional. That was the geometry section. Exponentials and polynomials? Exponents and polynomials? Yeah, I think there was basically simplifying complex exponential or powers with like multiplying powers with the same base, dividing powers with the same base or different bases, and powers of powers or exponents times exponents. Or exponents to the exponents. So there was that. That stuff's simple. Already reviewed what to do yesterday on that. Got that pretty locked in. If you just remember that an exponent is basically, or power is repeated multiplication, you can kind of reason through it then, whether it's addition, subtraction, or multiplication. That's two. We definitely did way more than that. Polynomials. Yeah, there's something with polynomials. Standard form of a polynomial is basically from highest degree term to lowest degree term from left to right. So one of them was basically, one of the topics was stating the term and degree of a polynomial, which is essentially the leading term and the degree are the leading term and degree of the highest degree term. And factoring a trinomial and a monomial, product of a trinomial and monomial. So you're going to factor out a single monomial, and then you're going to factor as normal with like the two parentheses with a term with a variable and a constant times a variable and a constant. I think that's basically everything. Factoring a product of a quadratic trinomial. Quadratic timeout, that is degree 2 and monomial good. Degree and leading coefficient of unvariate polynomial. What's an unvariate polynomial? It's got one type of variable, essentially one like variable. Kind of different terms with the same variable. It's a different same variable. Finding surface area of a cylinder, good. Power, product, and quotient rules with negative exponents. Negative exponents, essentially, if you break up that exponent into a -1 times the original, or the quantity, the value, -1 gives you the reciprocal. So, all right, that's good for review. Now I'm going to jump into learning more, and then I'll be back to recall what I learned in a little bit. All right, guys, just shredded through those. I actually finished one topic for like learning, and it was, what was it about? Absolute value, solving equations with absolute values, but really simple ones. Basically, if you have the absolute value of a variable equals a constant, which is what it simplifies down to, it's that variable equals plus or minus the constant, because absolute value turns a negative or a positive number into its positive form, right? So -5, the absolute value of y equals 5, well then y equals 5 or -5, because they both end up equaling 5. That's the only learning topic. Other than that, we ripped through 8 topics of like doing the second practice problem, which means I've now learned 8 of the topics, and there's like 76 more to learn total. So that was huge progress made today. Hadn't learned any topics up to this point because I'd gone through at least one of everything before I went and started doing the second one today, which I did by just asking for random numbers from Siri, essentially. But now, as I've learned some of these, I've unlocked subsequent topics as well. So now there's new learning topics to learn. I think I'll keep doing what I'm doing, is just do them randomly. So I'll be mixing up learning new things and practicing old things. So that's it for today, I believe. Yeah, talk to you tomorrow. See ya. Actually, I forgot to say one thing. When practicing a logarithm problem, basically when you have a log minus a log of the same base, same log, you can basically rewrite it as one log statement, but whatever the term that the logarithm is of, I don't know what that term is referred to as. You take the first one, and that's going to become a numerator, and you can like divide the denominator by it, the term of the other one. So if you say ln 2 minus ln 5, that's really like saying ln 2 over 5. So that was one thing I had to just reason through and figure out on my own. I didn't look it up. I knew I could figure it out just through trial and error. So that's what I found out. Anyway, that's it for today. I'm assuming if you have an addition of two logs, then it's instead of division, it's multiplication of the terms. So that's it for today. Talk to you tomorrow. See you.